welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a kind of slightly different video, but it's not, if that makes sense. So today I'm doing a video on different techniques to boost your mood. I think at the moment I've noticed a lot of people are feeling really down, and a lot of people don't necessarily know like different techniques, kind of casual everyday techniques you can use just to make yourself feel a little bit better if you're feeling low. So that's what today's video is all about. I'd like to say first off though, it's okay to feel down. So if you feel down, it's all right. You don't always have to be happy, because if you were happy all the time, you wouldn't know what, you wouldn't be happy, because you'd actually just be normal because you were always happy all the time. Does that make sense? So I've asked lots of different people what they do to kind of cheer themselves up if they're just feeling a bit low. I'm no expert, but I have gone and asked, lots of people. And I've got their input. So I've got this big long list here of different points which people have given. A few points have come up a couple of times, so I just thought I would share it all with you guys if you're feeling a bit down and you just want a few tips of how to pick yourself up a bit. So that's what today's video is about. So if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Molly, welcome. I do loads of different videos. So I do lifestyle, parenting, cooking, gardening, beauty, hauls and things like that. My kind of core is that it has to be something around caring for yourself in some way, whatever way that may be. So if that sounds of any interest to you whatsoever, please do subscribe down below. If you find this video useful and you've enjoyed it, please do like. It means the world to me to know that you guys are enjoying my videos, and leave a comment down below of any other video ideas that you like, or indeed if you have any other tips of how to boost your mood. So we're going to get straight into this, and let's get straight into the video. Right, so what I've done with this is I've broken it down into categories. So my first category is music, and music is absolutely so powerful to changing how you feel. So I've got 3 different points here. So the first one is listen to uplifting or meaningful music to you. So this has come up quite a lot from quite a few different people, and if you've got some music which you have a particularly good association with or something, that might be a good idea to listen to. So that's my first point. The second point is to dance to a silly song. Now, or any song indeed. Dancing makes you feel so much better and empowered, and just generally lifts your mood. I've done this before and it's definitely helped me. The other thing is singing. So you can sing along to a song, your favourite tune, or you can just sing your thoughts. And that's a really powerful way of kind of communicating with yourself how you're feeling. I use this a lot, especially growing up. I always used to sing how I felt, and I always felt so much better and felt I could express myself properly. So, section 2. Section 2 is all about health. So first of all, I'm going to go in with the obvious one, is exercise. So we all know that exercise releases happy hormones and makes us feel better. So from a scientific point of view, working out is really good for you. It makes you feel really accomplished, like you've achieved something and you've done something for you to make you feel better, to make your body better, and everything like that. So this can be just like a Chloe Ting, for example. Chloe Ting, she's great Chloe Ting workout, or it could just be a workout that you enjoy. Yoga's really good, calm, meditative kind of thing you can do as well. Lots of people said yoga. It can be a walk or a run. I also suggest, if you're doing exercises, if you are able to kind of get back to nature during these exercises, it just helps boost your mood. Getting outside, getting some vitamin C, some sunshine and everything is a great mood booster as well. So there's that. The next thing is eating as clean as as you can. So by this, I don't mean you have to go vegan tomorrow, but you are what you eat. If you stay hydrated, that's another huge thing that can hugely affect your mood and also make you feel more tired and down and everything. But so keep hydrated, drink plenty of water, and also eat as clean as you can. So for example, what I did to eat more cleanly, it's just a small example, is instead of having fries, I have sweet potato fries. Now that's a really tiny little change in my meal, but it's just making those slightly more healthy options. Another great thing that I do all the time is having loads and loads of smoothies. So I have a smoothie pretty much every day, and that really helps set me up for the day, makes my mood feel better, and I feel better, my body feels better. At the end of the day, your mind is not going to be well if your body doesn't feel well as well. So there we go. The next thing is, I'm just looking at my list. The next thing is to try and get plenty of sleep. I know it's not always possible as a mum to a little girl who has extra needs. I don't always get the choice of whether I get enough sleep or not. But if you can kind of focus on getting sleep, you can kind of move away from your screens or whatever before you go to sleep. I think that's a huge thing. Then it really helps you feel better, you feel energized for the next day, and you can think more clearly. As someone who doesn't get much sleep, definitely sleep. It gives you so much more clarity in what you're doing in the day and picks you up, and little things don't seem to get out of hand. So keep an eye on your sleep. I'd also say, this is a more personal thing, but looking at screens, scrolling through Snapchat or Instagram or YouTube or whatever, if you're feeling a bit low, yes, they can really help if you go to like the right channels and the right pages and things like that. But I do really feel that in such a competitive environment where everyone's living their best life, you know, everyone's showing off the clothes they've bought and this they've bought, that they've bought, you know, their new house, their giant house that, you know, you think you're not going to be able to ever afford. Those things can really get you down. So just watch out on that maybe it's your screen and the social media you're taking in isn't necessarily helping if you're feeling a bit low. So next point, like key point, is social. So humans are social animals, we know that. We like to be in crowds and groups and whatever. So a great thing to do is go and chat to an upbeat, uplifting friend if you can, even if it's just a text, or pick up the phone and call them if you're still in lockdown or anything like that, and have a laugh with them. You know, don't just necessarily get on the phone and moan about what's getting you down. Maybe, you know, call them. I should take my own advice on this. Call them and, you know, be uplifting and having an uplifting, positive conversation with them, have a laugh with them, and you'll find that can really turn your day around if you're feeling a bit low. Another point which is really good and is proven to release kind of happy hormones is give someone you love a hug. I know this isn't always possible, and especially at the moment it's hard, but if you can just go give someone you love a hug and just be like, I love you, you know, that can really help boost your mood as well. Hugs do really make a difference. You could just hug a friend as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, you could hug a friend, just hug anyone you love and you'll feel so much better. Do it multiple times, but not in lockdown because corona. The next thing is if you've got a pet, spend time with your pet. If you've got a dog, go take it for a walk. Slow down, spend time with that pet. Focus on them. They're seeing things from a different perspective because they're an animal, so maybe you can see things from their point of view, and that will just help you get perspective on what's going on in your life as well. So that's a great thing to boost your mood. Right, next, so the next section is activities, and these are things that you can kind of do if you're feeling low to help boost your mood. So first of all, make something. So this can be making music, making cards, sewing, gardening. whatever you like making, loom bands, I don't know, that trend went a long time ago. Make something that you have achieved, and that will really help give you a sense of accomplishment and really pick you up if you're feeling a bit low. So that's another great one which came up quite a lot from a few different people. The next thing is, this is great if you're an avid reader, is bury yourself in a book which takes you somewhere else. That's so useful. It really helps give you a sense of perspective as well, depending on what you're reading, and can really help pick you up if you're feeling a bit low. So the next thing is write down how you feel. Take your problem, whatever's bothering you, whatever things, you know, it might be more than one thing that's really getting you down, and write it down. Write down how you feel, write a pros and cons list, or just write it down as long paragraphs, and it really helps you get perspective. It makes you feel listened to, even though it may only be yourself listening to you, and you might read it back and think, hey, actually this problem, you know, so-and-so isn't maybe as big a problem as I thought it was. And this is a really great way, if you don't want to go and talk to anyone or anything about problems, you know, you don't want to go talk to a friend or whatever, you can keep it completely private and within yourself, and you can have a conversation with yourself, about why these things are bothering you and what you're going to do to, you know, make it better. Another thing I like to do personally, and this is more of a longer term thing, is go and buy a plant and watch it grow. You can look after it, you can care for it. Watching a plant grow is super satisfying. It's lovely to have in your environment, whether you've got a garden or not, to have green things around you and nature. It makes you feel so much better, and I know it doesn't really make a difference, but I like the fact that plants are releasing oxygen into my atmosphere. I know it's such a minute amount that it doesn't really make any difference, but it kind of makes me feel better. And you know, when they flower like these, it's a huge amount of satisfaction, really uplifting and satisfying thing to do as well, to just pick you up a bit. Another thing which came up so much was, well, the next 2 points came up loads from multiple different people, was look at happy photos you have good memories of. You know, make an album maybe on your phone which is specifically just about happy memories and things like that, that you want to cherish and you want to look through if you're feeling down. You know, you can remember, you know, the time when you hung out with your friends and things like that, and it will just really pick you up, and can really help if you're feeling isolated or whatever, even if it's just pretty pictures, you know, but that can be really, really uplifting as well. I would say, word of warning, if you've got like a camera roll which you haven't cleared out for like 10 years and you've got ex-boyfriends or whatever, ex-friends, you know, maybe go through it and do make that specific album, so you don't have to sift through everything, which may not necessarily lift your mood up if you're feeling a bit low. Another thing that came up loads was meditate. So I don't really understand that much about meditating. I understand more since I've done the research for this video, but you could just meditate on the mantra of abundance. So say abundance of nature. You can just think how much nature is around us. I'm lucky where I live, there is loads of nature around me, but it's not like abundance of wealth and fame and power and things. It's just abundance of simple things. We're lucky enough here in the UK, we've got abundance of food and things like that as well. So abundance of nature is definitely a lovely thing to meditate about. And learning to meditate, what was the quote? I was sent a quote, and it was that when the mind stops, there's still joy, or there's joy underneath, which is so true. It's your brain which makes you feel down, so if you could kind of take that out of it, then you would feel a little bit uplifted. So meditation is great. You can search it up on YouTube, you can learn how to meditate, and that's a really great thing you can do as well. Right, another thing on the writing, writing stuff down, was you can write down a list of all your achievements. This is really great. This is something I try to do around my birthday and around New Year's every year. just to make sure that I'm keeping track of, hey, look how far I have come in my lifetime. Come back, pillow. Sit, pillow. Yeah, writing down a list of achievements is so important, and you can look back at it again anytime you're feeling low and think, okay, maybe I haven't had the best day today, but look at all these things I've done this month, this year, you know, this decade, whatever. And that's really exciting and can be really, really uplifting. A small thing I like to do as well is I like to light a candle. You can kind of meditate to the candle as well, I guess, and that's a really lovely thing to do. I've got pins and needles in my legs. I really like lighting a candle, especially a scented candle. I'll often go for a bath as well, that can be really uplifting. But lighting a candle, you've just got that light of hope and everything. It's a really good symbolism, and I really think that that can really pick you up. Another huge thing for me personally, and I understand not all of us are able to do this if we live in cities, but try and reconnect with nature. Nature is so free when you think about it. Nature is free of kind of so much of our human pains. I know nature still has its issues, but it is so much calmer, and you know, the plants and everything. If you can reconnect with those little things, it really does help lift you up. Disconnect from, it's hard to explain, just disconnect from things which may be distressing you or disturbing you or getting you down, and reconnecting with nature for a minute can really help you gain a sense of perspective on your day. Right, so my last major point is a mindset change. So I think a lot of when we're down, it's all in our mind. So it's not all in our mind as in, oh, you've just got to sort your mind out and then you'll be fine. It's not always that simple. But I mean, it is a kind of, everything we do comes from here. So if we can help kind of sort here out, then we're going to feel better on the outside. Does that make sense? I don't mean it as a disrespectful way if you've got depression or anything, but I just mean that if we can work on, you know, if your mindset's not helping you, maybe you can slightly alter it so that you're feeling a little bit more uplifted. So this sounds so morbid and horrible, but I've always tried to do this. My daughter was very, very poorly when she was born. So I do know what pain is. I don't mean to sound cocky about that, but I do kind of get what pain is. But try to find the silver lining in whatever has happened, whatever's getting you down. So my silver lining is, yes, my daughter is poorly and she will always have extra needs, but during this time we've been able to stay together as a family. Morgan hasn't had to go back to work because she's had to have 2 carers, so that is a silver lining, that we've been able to all stay together as a family. Even though obviously I wish that my daughter had her full health, you know, you've got to try and see the positives where you can. Glass full rather than glass empty. Another little quote I was given is, the worst thing can turn out to be the best thing. That's not the exact quote, but that kind of mindset. It is true, it can, you know, things which can seem catastrophic can actually open doors in other ways, you know. And if you're feeling low, it will pass eventually, you know, even if it's something really, really terrible, it will eventually be lessened with time, and you will be able to move on eventually, even if it takes a while. So yeah, I think as well, from my point of view, I always see it that you are uniquely qualified to live your life. Does that make sense? Only you can live the life you live, and that is your qualification of living your life. It's great, you know, you're the only person who can be you, and that is a qualification in itself, and that should be celebrated. So, and then the last quote that I got, which was from Captain Jean-Luc Picard from the from the Starship Enterprise was don't let perfection be the enemy of good. And I know, maybe speaking to some of the girls out there, maybe, or the mothers or whatever, we can all expect a hell of a lot of ourselves to look beautiful, to have a beautiful home, to make beautiful meals for our family, you know, to do all these wonderful things perfectly, and that's not necessarily attainable. And maybe, you know, don't expect too much of yourself, just expect enough, if that makes sense. So I hope none of these points have offended anyone. I hope they're useful to you. I hope that you can maybe use some of these methods to help boost your mood and that sort of thing. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do leave a comment down below of any other ideas you have about boosting mood. Maybe we can make a part 2. I'd like to make a part 2 and help you guys out as much as I can. If you've enjoyed me talking and you've enjoyed my video, please do consider becoming part of the family and subscribing. But besides that, I hope you all have a lovely day and you're feeling bright and cheerful and lovely. But if you're not, that's okay too. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I really look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye for now.